What's going on, guys? It's Chad back here on some more Modern Warfare 2. By the way, I want to thank everybody for all the new subscribers recently. We've been getting a few thousand subscribers every single day since the release of Modern Warfare 2. I just want to thank everybody for that. Oh, beautiful. We got Shootout. I'll take the long shots. Also, I did manage to fix my my game chat. Yeah, it was just set on the wrong setting. There's two different output settings. It's really strange. So yeah, basically, I am done with all of the platinum challenges in the game, except these last 7 or 8 weapons here with the assault rifles. So I'm just doing long shots for ARs. I already did the long shots for the SMGs. That was something, I'll say that. Also, weapon tuning. I have no idea how much of a difference it was making, but I know earlier into it, weapon tuning didn't really seem to do that much, or at least it was assumed that it didn't really do that much. Completely GA'd, although virtually everything is GA'd, so just because something's GA'd doesn't necessarily mean it's overpowered. It basically just means that they don't want to deal with it, which is unbalanced in its own way, but overpowered is a broad term. 66 meters, nice. Yeah, basically, if they're at least around this area right here, you can get at least like a 38-meter kill. Turns out people are using the, I think, armor-piercing rounds, and you can actually up your bullet velocity and damage range with it in the tuning tab. My favorite is when he decides to peek when I start shooting somebody else, because he knows he's not gonna win when he shoots at me by himself. I do the same thing too, man. It's okay. Basically, the entire setup this whole time was this exact same thing. I did this exact thing with SMGs as well. Gotta be at least 38 meters, so they gotta be like around that corner over there, maybe behind those boxes. That's 41, so only a few meters. I really enjoy how useful my teammate is there, who's watching me through the wall. Oh, now he wants to move when I move. All right, we found our ammo, and we're back up to our spot. I guess he wants to be the deployable cover instead. I don't know, man. I didn't care how many times I died and all this other shit. Oh yeah, also, we've been hearing that we're supposed to be getting our combat record. I mentioned this yesterday, I think, a little bit, but we're supposed to be getting our combat record in Season 1. I was pretty convinced that my KD was actually pretty high while going for the camos, at least the majority of it. Like, even the really shitty challenges, yeah, maybe I went negative, but, like, nothing crazy. Like, there were games where, you know, I would drop, like, 50 kills and die, like, 40, 50 times. Of course I'm out of ammo. Why wouldn't I be? That's so realistic. I love that. That adds so much more to the game. Wow. Speaking of adding more to the game, I saw this thread on Twitter that showed like all of these details and stuff that people aren't even talking about with DMZ. Like, people saw the DMZ mode, and the majority of the people that were playing the DMZ mode are all like BR players. Now, a few of them did play Tarkov and things like that, so they were all playing the games like very, very differently. And a lot of people went into this whole thing thinking like they're expecting it to be a certain way. And even other people that didn't go into it with a BR mindset and they thought Tarkov, because that's what people have been saying this entire time, including myself, because it is an extraction-based mode. Oh, wow. I only needed one more. That's annoying. They have an entire blog post that's going to be coming out that is apparently going to be covering a lot more things in detail, that for things that people couldn't possibly know or understand just from watching the messy live streams of DMZ. Now, for the ARs, I haven't used any of that ammunition or whatever. I think a lot of people were using like high velocity, overpressured, armor piercing, all that shit. You can tune them once the weapon is max level, and you can actually add like damage range and bullet velocity and shit. But I really don't think that these ARs really need it. The SMGs definitely do for sure. Yeah, the game is incredibly like corrupted and shit. Sorry. There is a lot more to this DMZ mode than what people are understanding. What is the purpose for this? Because in Tarkov, doing this extraction-based thing makes a lot of sense because there's a literal economy in the game. People play all day, people end up finding items, some people put it on the market to go and sell it, some people keep it and use it for themselves in hopes of being able to get more value out of it. It's very realistic and risk-reward in that way. That's really what keeps people coming back. In a game like Call of Duty, where you got currency that doesn't necessarily matter or amount to anything, if there's even an economy to begin with, you know. I also understand, obviously, like, domination makes a lot of sense, but I tried domination for only a couple maps that have, like, the flag in a position that can set up a long shot, and domination just sucks ass on this game. I'm sorry. With the squad spawning and everything like that, I'm about to actually start running around with that bipod on. I'm about done fighting with this no flinch sniper rifle shit on this game. I watched Exclusive Ace's video, and I was actually using what was the ammunition? Is it overpressured? Yeah, to give more flinch. Apparently, I think the bigger your weapon is that you're holding, the bigger your flinch is. So like LMGs and snipers flinch more. I think that's how it works. So if you're fighting against snipers, you can use the overpressured rounds to give them more flinch. I added it to my SMG so I could win really, really far fights a little bit easier, because I had noticed that I would start shooting somebody and then they would just realize that they're not getting hurt and they'll just trade back. The thing is, they kill me in 3 bullets at a distance because they're using an AR or something, and I have to hit them with like 5 to 7 because I'm using an SMG. Not to mention, you know, the possibility of some of them landing, you know, in the body, in the legs, or whatever, because an SMG is spraying all over the place for some of them. As soon as I put those rounds on, I immediately noticed that I was winning more gunfights. Now, obviously, I know that it was hitting my like damage range or whatever, but you can use your tuning thing to bring your damage range back up. It's very, very good. All right, TAC 56 time. A lot of the pros are using, right? Damage range. The recoil is too annoying. I'll switch it over to like the, what is it? The Longshot, I think. Maybe the Castle Comp. I don't know which one. Make sure we put our gold camo on so we can get through our gold mastery at least while we do this. It's just being as efficient as possible. Whenever you go and get through all of the gold, make sure you put gold on your weapon when you go to do your platinum challenges. All of these ammo types are actually surprisingly good. Like high velocity, it says it hurts your damage range, but like literally not by much. It's by like 2.5 or 3% or something. Very, very small amount in damage. If you have a fall off range at like 40 meters or something, 2% off of the 40 meters is literally just like a couple meters maybe. And even then you have the bullet velocity that makes your long distance shots feel and connect a lot easier. Stock always seems to do the most in terms of like affecting your weapon overall. Thing is, since I'm running around with a bipod, do I need the stock? Because the bipod is going to eliminate a ton of the recoil. Do I really care if I'm already going to be ADS'd anyway? I don't know how other people are tuning it, but this is how I've been doing it for the long shots. We go and tune it all the way up to recoil steadiness. And then we add more damage range. Fuck the ADS speed, who cares? That's for my barrel. For the muzzle, we go and put the recoil smoothness up, put more bullet velocity. This is what I did for all of my SMGs and shit. We tune this, we give ourselves some more flinch resistance. Actually feels like it makes a bit of a difference. And then you can change your eye position on whether you want it to be close or far away from the optic. I haven't really touched it that much in terms of like VLK, but I have messed with it a little bit with the smaller dot sights, like a mini pros. You can put it close for a bit more of like a, I guess more of like an independent view. Oh yeah, also I did change my settings to independent instead of affected for the long shots as well. But when you set it on far, it makes it seem more of like an affected kind of view. And it also does seem like it decreases the recoil, right? So it's a choice between, you know, seeing further, seeing closer. But since I already have independent on and the recoil isn't bad for me, I don't usually adjust it when we look at these larger optics. I only really adjust my eye position if it's a smaller sight. Regularly a dot sight even, not even hollows. But yeah, to show you guys the progress so you know I'm not bullshitting. We look over at POLYATOMIC, 44 of 51. I literally just have to finish the AR. So once I finish that, I will have platinum for every single weapon in the game, and then we have the POLYATOMIC challenge, which won't really require me to play any differently. It's literally just headshot challenges for literally every single weapon except for obviously, you know, the launchers and melee weapons, which are like double kills, I think, or kills within a certain amount of seconds. I think the launchers are double kills, and then the melee stuff is 2 kills within 10 seconds, I think, which is basically double kills for the riot shield anyway, because the riot shield takes a while. Now, since I'm gonna finish this before hardcore, yeah, that's gonna be a little bit harder, but it shouldn't take any more than what, an hour? I can't imagine it would take much longer, especially if my KD starts dropping from like getting ran over. I love the mobility that you have with the knife. I've been thinking about changing the knife over to more of like maybe like a dual Desert Eagle situation or some shit like that, something for close range. The mobility is not bad still, even on the akimbo. This map is really, really good for long shots, but in hard point, you have to like wait for specific ones. A lot of the ones in the building, really, you can't get many long shots. I mean, thanks for setting up, man, I guess. Oh, I've also had some legends in my game. For one of my LMGs, there was a dude that literally let me get like 20 long shots on his ass. Oh, 97. I don't know if it was 20. It's like 15 plus on just one guy. I remember it because he would literally just run out there. We were in the market map, and he just runs out and just stands there and hops like this. He didn't even say shit in chat. He just ran out there and was, I don't know if he even recognized that it was me. He was letting anybody just farm him. He didn't give a fuck. What a legend. The amount of times I've seen a dude like riot shielding or some shit like that, I'll just let them kill me. I feel like whenever they kill me, I'm like, you're welcome. Oh, dude, the UFC event tomorrow is gonna be crazy. I mean, I'll talk about it tomorrow more in depth, but ooh, that is gonna be one of the biggest cards of the year. Honestly, I mean, Charles and Islam card was kind of lackluster in comparison to what it was built up as. We got Izzy versus Alex Pereira, Esparza versus Wei Li, one of my favorite fighters to watch. She's just a fucking killer. We got Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier, guaranteed barn burner at 3 rounds. Oh, there's so much more on there. Dominic Reyes is back against Ryan Spann. Someone's gonna get knocked out there. That's gonna be either really sad or, I mean, it should be fun. A lot of these fights are going to be really, really fun, but I should be done with these and going for headshots by that point. So I will finish these last 7, have all the platinum and gold weapons in the game, and then we go for the final sweep through for the polyatomic on every single weapon. So we have to do the headshot challenge on every single weapon. I don't know what's been going on with this, but my menus get broken all the time where just like nothing loads in the background. It's just stuck in this infinite loop of loading in the bottom right. I'm hoping that a lot of the you know, updates and stability stuff that comes out on season 1 actually help this. So I should finish these by, you know, tonight. Not even that late tonight. Should finish it by the time it's like getting dark or whatever, and then we we start the headshots, and I don't even know where I'm gonna start with that. Maybe we'll probably do snipers first. I'm gonna have a lot more fun with the headshot challenge, I feel like. Anyway, yeah, I'll have a video up tomorrow. I'll show you guys all my progress that I made over the time. We're getting towards the end of this grind. We've been through the harder part, and I don't even have like crazy rages or anything like that. No mind-boggling explosions or some shit like that. Yeah, there's things in this game that piss me off. Yeah, I back out of a shit ton of games, but the grind isn't bugged to shit. There's not like a whole bunch of issues going on with the weapons and things like. It's just smooth. It's the smoothest experience I've had in terms of a camo grind. It really has been. Really, really refreshing. So I'm just enjoying it because we don't get it that often.